So, a sort of novelty from last week was Donald Trump's son-in-law showing up to a White House coronavirus press briefing with Donald Trump. And Jared Kushner is Donald Trump's slumlord son-in-law, married to Ivanka Trump, son of convicted felon Charles Kushner. And Jared Kushner thinks he can manage his way to success no matter what the challenge. He was put in charge of solving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict for Donald Trump. You probably have some idea of how well that's going so far. So Kushner shows up at a press conference last week, and his presence is completely sinister in nature. I actually posted a poll on my Twitter page asking who disturbs you more by being at the White House press briefings, and by just a massive margin, about 18,000 people voted. It was Kushner by a long shot, 78 to 22. Kushner more disturbing than the My Pillow guy. And I have to say, I totally agree. The My Pillow guy was a religious nut, Trump-supporting brown-noser, but he's at least just trying to make some masks for healthcare workers. Jared Kushner's involvement in the coronavirus response is actually downright ominous. So let's look at one clip from Kushner. We'll look at another clip in a second segment. Jared was asked about all of the state governors who have been asking for ventilators. They've been asking for masks and other supplies, and not all of them have been getting them. And Jared Kushner pulls some sort of total management consulting mumbo jumbo about how the federal stockpile is our stockpile, not for the states. And of course, the question is, who is us? Like when he says the federal stockpile is for us, who are the people that he's referring to? Take a look at this completely unintelligible, sinister, depraved clip.
And you have instances where in cities they're running out, but the state still has a stockpile. And the notion of the federal stockpile was it's supposed to be our stockpile. It's not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then use. So we're encouraging the states to make sure that they're assessing the needs. They're getting the data from their local situations and then trying to fill it with the supplies that we've given them. The same thing with the masks.
The notion of the federal stockpile was it's supposed to be our stockpile, not the state stockpiles that they then use. So, of course, it's supposed to be our stockpile is our and us being who? Doesn't everyone live in one of the states? Like, is he saying the stockpile is only for people who live in D.C., Puerto Rico, Guam? Like, what does it mean that it's for us and not for the states? Who is the stockpile for? It's a sinister, ominous, Orwellian explanation. And you know how you can tell that Jared messed up here? Because the next day, Donald Trump was asked about it. And when he was asked about it, he told the reporter that they should be ashamed of themselves. When Donald Trump tells a reporter you should be ashamed of yourself, it means it's a good question. It means Trump's up against the wall, and it means Trump is trying to defend the indefensible. Check this out from the day after.
Yesterday, Jared Kushner said the notion of the federal stockpile was it's supposed to be our stockpile. It's not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then use. What did he mean by our?
Oh, what are you asking?
And given the fact that taxpayers from
What's
every
that? I got
state
you.
need
I
to
got
work.
you.
No,
You
it's
used the
not a
word our.
gotcha. What does
Our,
it
you know what
mean?
our means? United States of America. That's what it means. It
What
means
the states.
our. It means the United States of America. And then we take that our and we distribute it to the states.
So why did
Not
you say
that we
it's
have
not
to,
supposed to be state stockpiles that they then
because we
use?
need it for the government and we need it for the federal government. But when the states are in trouble, no, to
Then
also
who are you
keep
giving it to if it's not to the states?
to keep for our country, because the federal government needs it too, not just the states. But out of that, we oftentimes choose, as an example, we have almost 10,000 ventilators, and we are ready to rock with those ventilators. We're going to bring them to various areas of the country that need them. But when he says our, he's talking about our country. He's talking, he's talking about the federal government. I mean, it's such a basic, simple question, and you try and make it sound so bad. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know what? You ought to be ashamed. It's such a simple question.
How shameful for a reporter to ask about a completely incoherent statement from someone, Jared Kushner, who has no business whatsoever managing the response to a virus pandemic. Trump is doing the same thing, by the way. Ours means the U.S. stockpile, not the state stockpile. So we give the stockpile to states, which Jared said we aren't doing because we need the stockpile for the federal government. What? The stockpile is to treat federal government employees? Like, what on earth is it that they are arguing here? And then now we get to the really Orwellian twist. Right after Jared Kushner said this last week, it's our stockpile, not the states. The national stockpile website was changed. Before Jared Kushner's delusional comment, the stockpile website said, the stockpile is the nation's largest supply of life-saving pharmaceuticals and medical supplies for use in an emergency that causes local supplies to run out. When states request assistance, the stockpile ensures they get what they need. That's what it said before Jared Kushner's sinister Orwellian statement. After Kushner's statement, the website was immediately changed, and it now simply says, the stockpile is to supplement state supplies. Many states have stockpiles. This can be a stopgap buffer if states don't immediately have everything available. A much softer view on the role of the stockpile for states. Jared Kushner, ladies and gentlemen, a sinister, Orwellian, gerbil-voiced lunatic at these press briefings, has no business whatsoever being there. And I actually have one more Jared Kushner clip to talk about here. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver, and here's how it works. It takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft. And it's free. There's no catch whatsoever. But if you want, Privacy also offers a $10 a month plan that gives you 1% cash back and lets you create 36 credit cards a month, and a $25 a month plan tailored more for small businesses where you can create 60 card numbers a month and much more. But definitely go ahead and at least get started with the free plan. You'll protect your financial info. Companies can't charge you unexpectedly. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.